Anyone got a pencil? Hello and welcome to the Mixtape podcast. My name's Mark and I am your host. Thank you so much for tuning in for this week's episode. Every week on the show, I ask my guests to make up an imaginary mixtape and pick 6 tracks for it. I've had some incredible chats. They're already there in the archives, just waiting for you to stumble across them. I've had chats with Steve Kilby from The Church, Rowetta from The Happy Mondays, Rick from Ash. I've had Al Anderson, one of the original Wailers. I've had Clint Boone from Your Spiral Carpets. I've had Donita Sparks from L7. I've had Scott Kirkland from The Crystal Method. There's lots and lots of episodes sitting there waiting for you to discover. If you enjoy this week's episode, please feel free to rate it 5 stars on Spotify and or jump up to the top of the page and hit that old follow or subscribe button, and you'll be notified every time there is a new episode. Catch up with everything I'm doing by going to www.themixtapepodcast.com. That's enough for the intro. I hope you enjoy this week's episode. Hello and welcome to this week's Mixtape show, and today I'm delighted to welcome Joe and Joash from Girl Shaped Gun. How are you, fellas?
We're good, yeah.
Thanks for coming on. Really appreciate your time. So your self-titled EP, Girl Shaped Gun, right at the very end of last year came out. Tell us a little bit about your sort of how you roll as a band, like your recording and your creative process, and a little bit about the songs on the EP.
Yeah. So I think our creative process, it's pretty spontaneous. Like we try to jam, a couple times a week, once or twice if we can, and our jam sessions, sometimes we'll just achieve nothing and just end up jamming the whole time. Like there's a lot of sessions where we don't really set an agenda and we'll just go and have heaps of fun. But that's good because, we get to know each other better as a band, that kind of thing. But then we have other sessions and we're like, right, we've got to be productive today, guys. Let's do some creation, you know what I mean? And then we'll just get on that creation grind. We'll have some ideas a couple of us will come up with, and then we'll just smash through them. Like the other day we made like 3 songs in a jam session. Yeah, so it just comes down to the day. Hey, we're pretty flowy with it.
I was going to say, some of the songs are like one of our vocalists had written like a long time ago and in other bands, and so he'd bring them into the bands. He'd bring them into the band, for us to like workshop and punch up, I guess. So that's a lot of. I think there's a Beach House and like Denim Jacket are like older songs that we kind of reworked. So there's a bit of that as well.
And you, with your EP, is it through your Bandcamp? Is there any physical formats, or is it download only? What's the story?
I believe at the moment it's Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube.
It's on YouTube as well. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, I think we put it on Bandcamp soon. Yeah, because we put the other songs, and hopefully Bandcamp soon, I think.
Yeah, and the best place to connect with you guys, is it your Insta or Facebook?
Yeah, we're pretty active on Insta.
We have a TikTok, but it's very dead. We have two TikToks on there. But hopefully, Instagram mainly, I think. Yeah.
So it's at Girl Shaped Gun Band on Instagram. If you're listening to this on the radio, show, then you better have written that down. If you're listening on the podcast, then as you know, there'll be a link in the description to this podcast, either on YouTube, Spotify, or wherever you're listening to the social media accounts of Girl Shaped Gun. Talk about live music as well. I noticed you played Clancy's just at the start of the new year. How was that for you? And have you got any more gigs coming up?
Yeah, Clancy's was sick. Clancy's was a bit more of an intimate vibe. It was cool because a lot of the people there were the artists, so it meant that we could really just like look at, listen to other local artists, and that we could think about how they play and they think about how we play, and your network and that kind of thing. So it was a super fun setup.
I'd never actually been to Clancy's before that, so it was really cool to check out a new venue. I'd never played there. I've never actually just been as like a patron there. And it was really, all the bands are really good. There was one particular band, Lakefield Temple.
Yeah, that was
a guitarist vocalist went up and he was like, "Hey, do you want to join the lineup, like a future lineup?" And so but that was a really good gig. And
in terms of other future gigs, so on Friday, so Australia Day, we're playing at the Indian Ocean Hotel. So that should be a pretty fun one.
Have you played there before?
many times. We've done a lot of the Thursday. They've got the what's it called?
Plug and play.
Plug and play. Yeah, they've got plug and play every Thursday.
Indie Buzz is the place where I feel like so many up and coming Perth musicians just go to practice being on stage.
Yeah,
it's so great for that. It's like sort of an open mic night kind of vibe, but like a lot of people, and the sound there is so good.
Is it spliffs and riffs they have there as well? Is that it's like a more heavy sort of vibe? I think spliffs and riffs. I think they have at the Indian Ocean Hotel as well.
I don't know if they have that there. I've heard of that. I'm not quite sure.
What is it?
I might be getting it mixed up with another venue.
Maybe.
Sounds like fun though.
Sounds familiar.
I know it does. Yeah, there's so many. Like obviously doing what I do, there's so many gigs and venues and stuff. Not just for the podcast and the radio show to keep up with, but for me personally to get out and see bands and that. Yeah, I do get a bit confused sometimes with the old venues.
Yeah,
what's your as a band like? What's your sort of origin story? How did you all sort of meet each other and come together? And
so Sean and he plays guitar and sings. We were in a band back in we formed in this band called Sad Hour back in 2018. And I was drumming in that. I was singing in that. I was doing a bit of producing. And so, we know each other from that one was like that was a spin-off, like a TV show. Yeah. It was a side project of this first band that we formed, but then it didn't really take off as much as this band did, but it was called Sad Hour. We released like a few singles, like 2 EPs when I was in the band, and then I left the band. But and then
you actually got kicked out.
Well, but that's another story. There was a bit of conflict.
Yeah.
That's all. But that's how Sean and I know each other, and so we formed the band originally that way. But then you can. Yeah,
and then I met Sean because we're lifeguards together. We work at a pool down south in Rocco. And we met through that. Sean hit me up and he was like, do you want to play lead for us? We're looking for someone. And I thought, yeah, sweet. And then we were sort of needing another singer. So I was like, yeah, cool. I'll try and sing. And I try and sing now. So that works. And while I came into the band when Jake, our bassist, and Eliza, they'd recently joined as well because they were playing in another band together.
Yeah. Eliza, our vocalist, we got her in from like a Facebook ad from Band-Aid, if you're familiar with that page. And then she poached the bassist from this other band they're in to bring it to our band. And so that's how he joined our band. And then, it kind of like came together quite organically in that sense. But
one thing I'm finding when I talk to Perth bands, especially on the mixtape and not out and about at gigs and that, everybody knows everyone else. We've been in bands with everyone else, or you say, poached members from other bands, and I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of. You probably be aware of the Psychotic Reactions. They're a similar sort of, what would I call them? Sort of 60s, sort of slightly psychedelic sort of pop. I really like them, and I was completely unaware until I went to see Sweat that the guitarist out of the Psychotic Reactions is the drummer out of Sweat.
That's great.
No idea. It's completely different genres, and it was mad. And so I sort of speak to people, and I realise what a small world it is, the Perth music scene. Like literally, everybody knows everyone else. Oh yeah, like I booked the sound man. I booked the sound man for Hillstock, which is a fundraiser that I'm putting on in Kalamunda for the radio station, and like he knew everyone by first name, like everyone, all the other bands that I had on. He said, know the drummer, know the bass player, know Matty, know him. It's just everybody knows everyone else. It's such a small world, but that's what gives it a good, sense. I think it's a good sense of community in the Perth music scene. Everyone's sort of very supportive of one another, and like you were talking about with that gig earlier, where it was a lot of bands there. Like I've been to open mics and gigs and stuff like that, where bands turn up, play their set, and then just chip off. Do you know what I mean? And that's so rude and disrespectful. Like I hate that I hate seeing that. It's so nice when everyone stays and supports everyone else. It's a good vibe for sure.
We've gotten a couple of those.
And my previous band as well. There was one particular. I won't name it, the band, but like they literally did their set and then left. To go to a party or something. I don't know. It's just like it's a bit of an icky feeling. No,
it's not good. It's not good. Okay, all right. Let's drop into your mixtape choices then. And for track one of the mixtape, when I always do a mixtape or a playlist, I had someone on not that long ago. Again, I won't say the name, but I had to explain what a mixtape was. So think of it like a Spotify playlist, and sort of, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I get it.
Playlist.
Yeah, so now I always clarify a mixtape with playlist. So yeah, when I ever make up a mixtape or an intro or a playlist, as I do quite often these days, the first track, the intro, that's always got to be like an attention grabber, one to draw people in. So what did you pick for your attention grabber track one?
So Jake picked this one. He went with A Tale They Won't Believe by Weddings, Parties, Anything, Aussie band, I believe.
Yeah.
And he's written a bit of a description.
Oh yeah, go for it. Yeah.
So yeah, it's very attention grabby, he said.
Yeah.
It's about the story of a group of escaped convicts in Tasmania, at the time Van Diemen's Land, who turned cannibalistic. It's an amazing story with a movie made about it as well. It's a real show of the band's sound, using squeeze box and violin to make some real heavy rocking music. It's also one of Jake's favorite songs from his all-time favorite band, fronted by Mick Thomas, sorry.
Yeah,
Mick an amazing songwriter.
Yeah.
He said his entire childhood was accompanied by their music, and they have had an impact on his music taste like no other band. They've had such a unique sound and such a great catalogue of albums, from Scorn of the Woman to their amazing live album. They're even better live. They're a band that he thinks at some point he's played every song on repeat at max volume at least twice. This song is definitely an attention grabber, but definitely the band as a whole too.
Yeah, I had a note on that like the story that it tells is like you say there, it's an amazing story. I love songs like that. It's musically, I thought it was like very in the Pogues sort of vibe, that sort of folky punk sort of vibe. And I also thought, do you know The Devil Came to Georgia? Do you know that song?
Yeah. Charlie Daniels Band?
Yeah, Charlie Daniels Band, yeah. It's very similar to that. If you imagine the Pogues and that, like sort of,
storytelling.
Yeah. Oh, incredible story. Yeah, great. Yeah, I really love that one. Okay, track two is a song you sing when you're on your own, loud and proud in the car or the shower. What did you pick for that one?
So our vocalist Eliza picked this one. It's Stick Season by Noah Khan.
Yeah.
And she says it's currently very, very popular, but she loves the sound of the acoustic guitar and upbeat melody. The words are fast and catchy, but he still manages to put meaning into every line in the song. And she listened to it so many times, still hasn't got bored of it. Yeah.
This song is straight onto my shower playlist.
It's so good, yeah.
I absolutely loved it. It got me like straight away. Yeah, I really love mainly lyrically is how it grabbed me, and that doesn't happen that often. Normally the first bite is for me is the music, but lyrically there was a line about, I did write it and made a rough note of it. If I piled something good on all my bad, I cancel out the darkness I inherited from dad. Like that, that line just like done me, like absolutely slayed me. Just so good. Yeah.
I really love this song as well. I can't remember how I've discovered it. Maybe from TikTok. But I love this artist, and he also has another song called Dial Drunk, and the SNL performances are really good, and he's very like emotional when he sings, and like you can tell like he just loves playing, and he just loves like the feel of like the music or whatever. But he's very talented songwriter and like musician, so like I really love this song. So
fantastic track, and that's already on my shower playlist. We're looking at that a little bit later on again. What I've started doing now as well is I only just let track 6 out the other day, but I've started compiling Spotify playlists of all the track 6s that people pick, all the track 5s that people pick.
Awesome!
Cool. So I've started putting like together Spotify playlists for that now. Okay. I've say every single week. One of the joys of doing this radio show and podcast is the amount of new music I get introduced to through having these conversations. It's an absolute joy. Okay, track 3. And I asked you to pick your favourite cover version. What did you pick for that?
So I don't know what I like went through my mind, but there's a really good song by Billie Eilish called Your Power on her latest album.
Yeah.
It's like literally acoustic guitar, vocals, maybe like some synths or something, but it's very heavy with all the layers. Yeah. And there's this artist called Prudence that did a really good cover of it. And she was in this band called It's the D-O, but it's got a slash in it. So it's like the door, I think.
Mhm.
They were like a Swiss French band that I discovered. I think I went to like, I don't know how I found their album. I bought their CD and it was called Both Ways Open Jaws. And that's how I found out about her like original band. And so she did this new project, and that they broke up, and she's done this new project called Prudence, which is kind of like a solo project. And yeah, and like I really love it. This cover version is just like a totally new interpretation of the song, like because the song's like very stripped back and like raw, you know, but this one kind of like adds brand new elements and like just changes the whole vibe of the song. So
It's a lot more electronic, isn't it? The
yeah,
covers are
and I
a lot
love
more,
that
a lot
kind of
more
stuff.
electronic. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Billie Eilish is like, I don't know what you think, but I hope she changes it up a bit with the next album. That's all I want to say. Because I really like when we went to parties. I was on all-time favorite songs.
Oh, so
Absolutely
good.
love it. Right, brilliant, amazing. And I remember I was on the treadmill at work when I was FIFO, and I had my earbuds in listening to my playlist, and it come on the screen, the video, and I remember seeing it for the first time, thinking, "What the fuck is this?"
Pretty gnarly,
Her
yeah.
eyes are
Yeah, like
bleeding, like,
yeah.
black
And I was thinking
ink
it
or
was some
whatever.
sort of like hardcore 9 Inch Nails or something
It
like that.
does
I
look
didn't know who
like
she
some
was. Like I'd
weird.
never heard of her, and I just took my earbuds out just to listen, and you hear that voice, and I was like,
It's like
this is-
ethereal. It's like she's
yeah,
like a
yeah,
pixie
mm,
kind of.
Super
yeah,
unique artist.
Yeah.
oh
Very
yeah,
subtle, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I sort of followed up a bit and saw a Michael Jackson cover on Like a Version, which is amazing.
Oh, she did Bad, I
She did
think.
Bad, yeah,
Yeah,
it's so
yeah.
good, yeah, so
Yeah.
good. But yeah, I'm starting to like change the record a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like change it up, like genre wise, or
Yeah.
you know, it's becoming a little bit samey for me. But that's just me. I know she's got
Latest,
millions and millions of fans who are absolutely fanatical about her. But
they'll listen to it.
yeah,
Like they'll love any song she puts out, I
Yeah.
feel.
I do find it a bit repetitive, though. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
yeah.
The themes as well, that the songs
Yeah.
kind of blend into one.
Yeah,
But I appreciate what she's done
Yeah.
because even for like mental health, I mean, a lot of people really appreciate how she openly speaks about that kind of thing. It's like,
Yeah,
good on her,
100%. Especially like with the age demographic of her fans, like they catch them like that young. My partner took her daughter when she played RAC Arena. Not sure if it was
I
last,
went.
and I think was that one where she had everyone like guided meditation or mindfulness or something like that.
She's
Like
like,
in
yeah,
the
it was like everyone. I need everyone to just take a deep breath. Like,
yeah,
I was at the concert too, and she's just like, everyone
yeah,
just take a deep breath
That's
and
dope.
out.
yeah. It's an amazing example to set. I think, given the platform that she's got and the fans that she's got, I think she does a brilliant job of that. All right, track 4, and I asked you to pick a song you wish you could play to your 18-year-old self.
All right. So who chose this one?
Sean.
Yeah, this is Sean. So rhythm and vocalist. So Sean's if Sean could play a song to 18-year-old him, he'd play Koalas. That's Kawalas. Back of my hand. I moved to Australia from the UK in my late teens. So for me, I always felt trapped between two words. Not to be too dramatic. It was almost like being dead and watching everyone carry on without me. Every now and then I'd go back on a trip and some things would stay the same, but things would just change until eventually I didn't recognize the people or place where I grew up. I had heard this song for the first time in 2021 when I was living back in the UK. Sean was actually just walking around his old town with his headphones on when the song started playing, so a little creepy, but it hit him hard because he was walking around. He was flooded by all the memories, mates, dates, estates. What hit harder was a feeling of acceptance that those times have changed and people have moved on, and that it's time to close that chapter. This song perfectly encapsulates everything that he felt.
Yeah. No, are you familiar with this song? Like musically, have you heard this one?
Yeah, I've listened to it a little bit. I listened to it just on the way here. I think it's there's a lot going on there. Hey, yeah,
I found it. I'm not sure if you're familiar with, probably well before your time. Just thinking about it, it makes me feel old sometimes when I do these interviews. A band called the Turing Breaks from the UK, sort of early 2000s. Turing Breaks. So they were similar sort of setup, like a duo, 2 guitars, vocals, but vocally very, very similar. It really put me in mind of his vocals. Yeah, so yeah, give him a shout out, Turing Breaks, if he's not already familiar. He may well be, being a POM. You know what I mean?
You might probably
It might already be across them. But yeah, fantastic track, and like I say, yeah, really put me in mind of that band vocally, especially.
Very short as well. It's like 2 minutes something.
Yeah. It's just short and sweet. But yeah, I feel that feeling like exactly, obviously the same as you can tell. I didn't grow up in Perth, and I get that exact same feeling. You know, when I go back, like you think, like for me, I think nothing's changed, and you know, and I go back after like 3-4 years, and everything's changed. Do you know what I mean? And you just like, I know it doesn't stop when you get on the plane. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just everyone moves on without you. Like, they don't give a monkeys.
The wheel keeps turning, eh?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. And I go back and like, I paid £3 a pint last time I was there, and now it's £5, and I'm like, what's going on? Why ain't it £3 a pint no more? That's ridiculous.
I'm not home anymore. Eh?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. All right. And track 5, I'd ask you to pick a song. If you were making up a mixtape to let someone know that you're romantically interested, what song would you pick for that?
Yeah. All right. So I chose this one. So a little bit of country pop. This was a 2021 song by Morgan Evans. It's called Love Is Real. It was not a one-hit wonder, but somewhat of that, you know what I mean? Like it did well for him. He's an American guy. Country pop is just one of my favorite genres, honestly. I reckon it's so underlooked. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. So if what I was thinking about this song is if I'm trying to tell a girl that I'm keen, I want something upbeat, light, and fun to show that that's the kind of loving that I'm into. And silky pop country voice, Morgan Evans, I think it fits. I think I can just picture it, right? We'd be driving down a freeway, probably on a little road trip or something, music pumping, just like the song's talking about. I chop the song on, turn it up, give her a look, hand on the thigh. And then she's keen. So
brilliant.
If this doesn't give the message, I don't know.
Love it. No, I had one note for this song, and that was road trip. It's definitely, it's 100% got that vibe, isn't it? It's got a massive road trip vibe, and I don't know what it is about. Like his voice is just classic country. Like he's just got that sound. It's just so country. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, but like, not to take anything away from it, because country's not my favourite genre. But yeah, a great track, and yeah, I would have that on a road trip playlist for sure. Yeah, 100%. Great choice. Okay, and finally, track 6 is something that's a little bit left field, a little bit obscure, B-side, album track, or something like that. What did you go with there?
Yeah, so this was Jake again, our bassist. He's very into that alternative jazz kind of stuff. So
a lot of Australian bands.
He's a bass player, of course he is.
Yeah, literally. Obscure. So he said he's going to go with Media from the 2001 John Butler Trio album 3, classic. So I chose it because this was one of those that made me want to learn guitar as a kid. This song was one that always stuck out to me with its gradual build-ups throughout and percussive instrumentation. It's an amazing song, both musically and lyrically, with a very important message, especially today, 23 years later.
I'm going to potentially commit professional suicide now and say that I love John Butler, his music. So like April Uprising was out when I came to Australia for the first time, right? That was like when I first came to live here. And I got such happy memories of having that pumping in the Backpackers Hostel. And do you know what I mean? It's some single after single after single off the album. It's just such a good album. Then I got back into his other stuff, and like I've seen him live. Oceans, amazing track, like incredible.
Of course,
I really rate him musically. And like you said there, the way he builds a song from the intro to the crescendo that they build into, amazing musician. Can't stand him live.
Really?
Can't. No, just don't shut up. All he does is talk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like I'm all for using your platform. Do you know what I mean? For whatever cause it is that you want to support. Fair enough, but I think it is a bit of a fine line. And I think the 2 times that I've seen him, both times he's been like well over the line in terms of preaching. You know what I mean?
Sending a message.
Yeah. I think he he takes it. People go to his shows. Well, I go to music shows and live shows to be entertained and to listen to music. Obviously, I know that, people with a platform and music, can have a powerful message, and that's fantastic. And I love that. It's brilliant. But I think he goes a bit over the line. Yeah, with it. And I saw him at, well, I didn't see him. I heard him, so I wasn't watching, at Blues Fest last year. And I was trying to actually at the At the time, I was chasing Siobhan Cochin around the field trying to catch up with her to ask her if she'd come on my radio show. And his set was on at the same time, and all I could hear was him like yapping. Music, like there was obviously it was easy 50-50 talk and music, like it was ridiculous. And I just thought, I'm glad I ain't there. Didn't catch up with
It's about the audience though, right? It's not about, you know.
I didn't want to say that, but you said exactly what I was thinking there. Yeah.
It's true. I had a ticket to one of his shows in Freo like 2 years ago, and I was so keen. I like ditched this family event. I was like, sweet, got to see John Butler. I was super keen, never seen him before. And then as I arrived, I was running a bit late. And as I arrived, I saw him speaking one last speech before getting off stage. And then the Cat Empire played, which was wicked.
You missed this set?
Yeah, I legit missed this set. So it was a bit of
did you not know? Like, did you not see the lineup?
I was just late, dude. So I was this close to seeing John Butler, but
maybe it's
I'll think talk to me next time I see him.
I had tickets. Would it have been 2011? It was before my son was born, so it was 2011 or 2012. We did like I think it was called Tin Shed Tales or something like that. And he did like a sort of storytelling sort of tour. And I'd have been up for that because you know what you're in for then. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think I had 2 tickets and my FIFO roster changed and I couldn't go. And my wife at the time went with one of her mates and she was like raving about it, like what an amazing gig it was and what an engaging person he is and the stories he was telling and how good. And I was devo, I didn't go. And then when I did finally get to see him, it was a bit of a letdown. But yeah, like I say, musically, I think he's amazing, like incredible. I love his music and I listen to his records all day long. L-shaped gun. What's next for you, fellas? And Eliza, obviously. Sorry, sexist. What's next for the band?
Fellas, and Eliza. She puts the girl in girl-shaped gun.
Yeah, she does. So
what have you got on the horizon?
We got a couple coming up for the rest of the year. March, we're going to be recording a double single. So with this, 2 more songs, we're recording them in the first couple of days in March, and they're quite different. We find we're really evolving our style. We've been playing together for almost a year now, and our style's just becoming, I don't know, maybe maturing with us as a band, I find. And
evolve. Bands have to evolve, I think.
Yeah.
Can't just be kind of like staying in the same sound, having the same sound,
Yeah. So we're doing that pretty naturally. And then we'll record in March. And then in April, probably we'll record a couple more singles, maybe a bit for our later EP. May we'll release that double single and we'll have a release party for that. July, we'll probably have another single. So that'll be 3 songs out by July. October, we're planning on having a music video for that same single. So I'm super keen to get a music video going. I reckon that's just the funnest way to like express what your song is meant to, what it looks like. In December, we're having another EP launch.
Right, okay, yeah.
So I was surprised he's picked the date already. Sean's very forward thinking.
So that's us. Yeah.
I'm a planner in my day job and I love that. I'm always thinking ahead, and I love that the fact that you've like planned your year out, it's right the way to December. That's awesome, nice one. Joe and Joe, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Yes.
2 Joes.
2 Joes. Joe. Sean calls me Joe, so it's a bit confusing. He's like Joe, and I'm like and he's like no, the other Joe.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for coming on. I really appreciate your time. Cheers and good luck with everything, and I'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man.
Thanks.
Cheers. That was the Mixtape podcast. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to jump up to the top of the page and smash that follow button and you'll be notified every time there's a new episode, or follow me on Instagram at the Mixtape Perf. Till the next time.